Hey there everybody, it's May 9th, Sunday, 2021. A few weeks ago we added in a few additional plants to the uphill food forest that we are slowly converting our lawn over to, and things are starting to perk up. We finally had some rain. It only took till May, but you know the old saying, May showers bring June flowers, so yeah, we're excited. Things are popping along. We have here one of our Hascat berries, the honeyberry. It's been here for a full year, and you can see some of the fresh growth that is really coming in on this guy this season. So we're very happy he's perking up, doing his thing. Just behind him, we thought this guy was going to be dead this year, but that is a little hazelnut that the dog almost killed last year, and he's he's moving right along, small baby steps. One of the new additions here is one of the Amelanchiers. This one is Lavis, or the Allegheny serviceberry. It's in the same family as the Juneberries. They go by several types of names. There are several varieties of this family, and they all have similar berries, and many of them cross-pollinate each other, which is nice, but they all take on various forms. So the Lavis serviceberry takes on more of a taller tree form, whereas this other one, Amelanchier alnifolia, it's a Regent Juneberry, and this guy takes on more of a smaller shrub form, reaching only about 7 or 8 feet, whereas the Lavis will grow to be between 8 and 15 when all's said and done. So you can see these guys are perking up. I can't wait to see them in full flower, but like I said, it's been a terribly dry spring so far. Mixed in, we also have, in this bed, some black cohosh, some astragalus, asparagus. Uphill, we have a brand new pear tree right up there. Just to the north of it, we have a Siberian pea shrub, as well as a new chestnut in that little dip. It's hard to make out, so I'm going to get a little closer to it. And that's this guy right here. Very young yet. This guy will take quite a long time to really fill in. We're planning to cut back the pea shrub and clone it out to be one of our nitrogen fixers. We're also looking at another species as a nitrogen fixer, trying to move away from some of the Elaeagnus umbellata, or autumn olive, that is listed as invasive and does tend to spread quite considerably. One thing that's really nice, it's finally taking place, is our Wolf River apple downhill here, and the Macoun up here, planted the same year, but were off schedule with each other. They wouldn't flower or leaf out at the same time. And this is the first year that they're both in the same stage of leaf out and flower bud development at the same time. So I'm super hopeful that the rains keep up and we'll get some fruit. I've heard crazy good things about the Wolf River apple, and I have yet to have this tree fruit for me yet. When we got it from the nursery, it was completely girdled, and they gave it to us for free because I take things that are supposed to die and I try to nurse them back to health. So we have had a few water sprouts come off of this, but it's bounced back pretty well despite some heavy deer browse and my lack of willingness to prune it or train it. It's got some good angles. A lot of the branches seem like they'll bear fruit, hold fruit pretty well. There's just some leaders that could be trimmed. So we'll take care of that this season. We'll let it just express itself as full as it can. Moving right along, we've also added in a few lingonberries. Now, our site does drain very quickly. We do have a very high sand content on the site. But what we did last year was windrows of fresh wood chips in staggers, so that we have good sun access throughout the growing season. Everything gets a good blast of light throughout the day here, and as this space fills in, it'll move more and more to shade-loving perennials in the middles of the beds, and kind of facilitating an understory capacity that we can still walk through and pasture rabbits through, so that they can fertilize the downslope as they move through the landscape. So what we did was we took all these wood chips and we folded them down, planted into the space that the wood chips had occupied before, and then brought fresh compost and filled in the space as well, so that we can slowly encroach on the lawn as we reach the final width for 2 rabbit tractors to run side by side through these paths. And that's the plan. You'll notice we do have some broken up eggshells in there. That's okay for me. We're not getting a whole lot of food crop out of this. Those will break down slowly. We do lack a lot of calcium in this, so we just use our leftover chicken eggs and duck eggs, compost them down a little bit, break them up, let them cook in the center of the pile, and then we go. A little try-hard of a Nanking cherry, leafing out very nicely. Just behind it, on the uphill, it's one of my favorite plants in the world. It actually might be my favorite. And this is Calicanthus americanus, the New Jersey tea plant. Very historically significant. Makes tea, fixes nitrogen, loves the sun, tolerates shade. Super pretty flowers. Really great time. A lot of the plants that we've added, there's another NJT and another pair. A lot of these plants that we planted in are very good for pollinators. A lot of umbral type flower presentations, and they tend to attract, or I understand that they attract, predatory wasps, of which we have been growing populations for several years now with our planting choices. And it's really helped us maintain, aside from the deer browse, on things like this. I'm forgetting the Latin. It's a Carolina allspice. It's Calicanthus floridus. Deer seem to like it. It is a surrogate cinnamon. Or no. The Calicanthus floridus is the allspice berry replacement. And then these guys back here, there's 2 up here, and then boop, boop, boop. Those are Lindera benzoin, or spice bush. And these guys are a replacement cinnamon. So, native to the eastern US, replacement cinnamon, good for pollinators, good for predatory wasps, good for humans. Very excited to have some of these plants coming in. We've been working very hard to try and find a whole lot of natives to plant, in the hopes of growing them in our uphill food forest area. And as they do well, we'll be transplanting them back into the woodlot as we continue to thin and selectively drop trees to create better growing spaces and mini disturbances. Been thinking about making a video about that. Let me know if you guys would like to see us talk about the space a little bit, do an updated walk, maybe pick out a few beds that we've been designing out, and we can get into a conversation. Thanks for watching. If you are one, happy Mother's Day. And if not, go thank a mom. Either way, thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon. Take care.